What's going down, my paisanos? Welcome back to a brand new special video. And in today's video, I want to talk about a little game called Forspoken. Forspoken is basically Square Enix's newest, I guess, AAA video game. And I got a little bit to say about this game because honestly, I think I'm a little bit disappointed with this game entirely because if you guys didn't know, Forspoken was actually one of the games that I was actually looking forward to a lot. I was really looking forward to Forspoken. It was basically going to be one of the games that I definitely was going to buy this year. Which, you know, of course, like, well, there's not a lot really with that. There's like Street Fighter 6, Forspoken, and maybe Resident Evil, but actually not really because I'm not really too much of a fan of Resident Evil. But honestly, I wasn't really going to buy too many games this year. Maybe Spider-Man 2 as well. But Forspoken was definitely up there. It was actually one of the reasons why I actually wanted to get a PlayStation 5. But just like my interest in getting a PlayStation 5, my interest in Forspoken has actually waned. Now, I was actually able to try the demo on PC actually, because apparently this game was actually released on PC as well, which I actually didn't know that until a little bit after the game came out. And I decided to play it because, you know, for one goddamn thing, this game is priced at 70 fucking bucks. 70 bucks is a lot. And I don't know if you guys knew, but like money's kind of hard right now. So, you know, 70 bucks is a lot of money. So I didn't want to just give this game like 70 bucks out of my own pocket just because, hey, you know, it looks kind of cool. And honestly, you know, the reason why I was really into Forspoken is because of the protagonist. Okay, I thought she looked pretty. Okay, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Okay, some little things like that get to me. I actually like the art style because while I'm not really a fan of dark fantasy type games, it looked like Forspoken was kind of going against the grain with that. Like it was gonna be like, you know, kind of if it was like giving it like a modern look. Like if someone wanted to give it like a more simple, more sleek, more modern like style to it, and I liked it because of that. And also, I thought like the actual open world traversal stuff was actually pretty cool. I saw like, you know, the main character, I think her name is Freya, you know, like jumping around the whole entire place and running really fast, and you know, using all her magic spells and shooting things and using her swords. Like I thought that shit was really cool looking. And I also thought like the game just looked really pretty and all that stuff. And I thought this was going to be like a really true like next gen type game. And just to give you context, guys, I don't really buy a lot of video games, and if I do buy a lot of video games, it's only like retro stuff or it's older stuff from like the 2000s, the 2010s or stuff. Like I don't really buy too many stuff. Whatever you're telling me, what is ever like the most popular game right now, the only thing I can probably tell you that I play is Fortnite. And I love Fortnite. I love that game because actually I had to take a video about that because honestly that game has actually grown over time for me. But honestly, I don't really buy that many games. So when I do buy a newer game, like a game that just comes out, it usually is for a good reason. Take Metroid Dread for instance, because you know that's Metroid. So I decided to, you know, try this demo out to see if I should give Square Enix my money. And of course, this game was made by Luminous Studios, which is still the, you know, of course, everybody knows is like the same people, I guess, who made Final Fantasy 15. I'm not sure if they're, you know, the entire Final Fantasy series, but it also is made with the Luminous engine, which was the engine that they actually used for that game. So I decided to play this game, and honestly, I was actually skipping the cutscenes because I had no interest in the story. Because one of my things about video games is that I actually really don't care about a game unless it has really good gameplay. And I wanted to see if I was even going to buy this game, and maybe because I was excited, but I didn't want to play this game and like experience the story if I wasn't going to get into the gameplay, because the gameplay again is the most important part to me of the game. So I'm playing the game and it's actually really fun. I'm a little confused at first because there's a lot of stuff that there is to do, but then as you know play the game, I learned more, and it was actually pretty fun actually after a while. But you know, and that you would say like, okay, well then, okay, it's a fun game. Yeah, I really like traversing everything. I loved everything like that. But why didn't you like it, Cam? The reason I didn't buy Forspoken after that is because for one damn thing, I wasn't interested in the story like at all. for one thing. There was a cutscene that was starting to play, and I was kind of getting into it, but I was like, nah, this is not really interesting. And in all honesty, I turned the voices off because I wasn't gonna try to agree with the people who said like the voices were just straight up bad, because that's what a lot of people were saying. Like the voice and story was like kind of, you know, cheesy and stuff like that, and just like so generic and stuff. I wasn't gonna like straight up just agree with that, but I turned the voices off, so that's basically, you know, that means something at the end of the day. So even if I don't agree with those people, I can't deny that the voices kind of irritated me so much to the point where literally 5 seconds in the game, I just turned them off. It was so bad. But then, you know, obviously the other problem is the performance of the game. The performance was actually ass. Now, to give you guys context, I have a Ryzen 7 5800 with a freaking 3050 Ti RTX, and honestly, this game should have been able to actually, you know, handle this game. In fact, this game actually does go past the recommended specs. I know I'm playing on like a laptop, but still, I have it all the way. I have it plugged in, so it should have actually worked. I've been thinking about getting like an actual desktop rig, but that's not for a little while until, you know, a lot of money comes in or something like that. So, of course, I'm playing the game, and it's like I'm trying to like fiddle around with like the graphics settings and stuff like that. I'm trying to mess with NVIDIA control panel and stuff, and it was super bad. Like, I don't know what it was, but a lot of my frames used to drop to like 20 frames per second. I think that was like the average at one point until I turned DLSS off, and then it went to like 30, maybe like some 45, maybe 50 at the best. But I was never getting something like straight 60 frames for a good little while. And I tried everything. I don't know what it was about it, but I really did try to get this game to actually run really well. But for some reason, it just didn't want to work, which is my guess what that is, but that's poorly optimized. You know, Fortnite is actually a fucking amazing game, and I will say that again. It is great. I used to hate that game and all that stuff. But I will say one thing about that game is that it actually is very much optimized for a lot of different PCs. Maybe because Square Enix is a Japanese company and maybe they just don't like PC ports or something like that. But it really is so apparent that this game, while, you know, you might say, oh well, you need a decent, you know, rig to run this. There is also optimization. I've seen games that shouldn't run on certain machines run on certain machines. And if you're trying to push this game, like this new AAA game that might become like a series or whatever, then the best thing that you could probably do in this situation is get people to actually fucking play it. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you actually want to get people into this, then you shouldn't have fucking performance issues, because you can literally just experience that and like just for a little bit, and then you can like refund the game. At least if you're on Steam, you know, because there's nothing else you can do with the performance, which I've only played this game for about 40 minutes, so that's definitely enough time for me to understand that, okay, this game runs like ass, I'm gonna stop playing. Now I understand that this is probably something like some people might say like, okay, this is just like a demo thing. But I don't believe it is, because I've seen a lot of performance issues with other people playing with the full game. And I'm just not going to assume that it's, you know, it's not going to be the same with the full game if we're still, you know, it's still basically the same game. A demo is literally just like a chopped version of the actual like full game. It's not like its own little thing. It's literally just like a chopped version of it. So presumably it should work just like how it will work just like the actual game. And the other thing about this game is that it's actually the full game. The demo was actually fucking crazy, because the demo is like 30 something gigabytes. This fucking full game is like 150 gigabytes. Jesus Christ, man. You know, like, I know games are getting like huge nowadays, but aren't there like compression techniques that we could probably use to like compress some of these game file sizes? Because this is getting absolutely ridiculous, man. How are you going to have some game that's just fucking really huge for some reason? Like, I understand, like, you can play the game, you know, play it all the way through, uninstall the game, you're keeping all your saves if you like, you got your cloud saving stuff, or you just have the save files on your machine. But at the same time, like, holy shit, 150 gigabytes, man. That is a lot for a game that can't run well. The story isn't really all interesting. And in all honesty, you know, I love this. I really, really do love the gameplay. I really do. That's the bad thing about it, is because I actually really like the gameplay in Forspoken. And I think it's literally what I like, because I like games that are open world and they're parkour. I love Sonic Frontier. That's one of my favorite Sonic games now. I love Sunset Overdrive. I love a lot of these games. I wish that maybe Fortnite had like an open world game, because, like, you know, they have parkour in that now. But the point is, I love games like this. But the fact that this game, like, it just drops the ball in such a heavy way. Because maybe, you know, in another timeline or another time in general before 2023, maybe I would have said, fuck it, I'm gonna buy this game anyway. But it is 2023. And the fact that this game is $70, again, $70. If you guys didn't know, I'm not living on the most lavish lifestyle, okay? $70 is a lot of money. So I'm not about to spend $70 on something that I feel like should have a certain standard for this type of thing. So in all honesty, guys, while I really, really do like Forspoken's gameplay and what the concept of it is, I'm gonna have to say this is not a game that I'm going to buy. And honestly, the reason why I wanted to make this video is because I really wanted to buy Forspoken, and it's one of the things, like, it's such a letdown. You know, I was let down from the PlayStation 5 for one damn thing. I don't want to get a PlayStation 5 anymore. Usually I'm always like, I gotta get a console, because I've always been more of a console gamer. But most of the time nowadays, actually all the time, I've been on my fucking PC. Right? Or if I'm using my Nintendo Switch, I'll use my Nintendo Switch. But then again, you know, there's emulation and stuff like that, but I don't want to get too much into that, because, you know, people are listening. But at the same time, fucking my PC has been the only thing I wanted to play. But the PlayStation 5, it's just like, I've been seeing more of them, and I'm just like looking at them, and I've had fucking opportunities to actually get them, and now I'm just like, I don't even want this thing anymore. And it's just so sad to say that. And Forspoken was going to be the actual game to make me get that game, you know. But at the same time, it just dropped the ball. I mean, I wanted Destruction All-Stars. I wanted fucking, but that game apparently sucks. I wanted Devil May Cry 5, but I already got that on PC. I also wanted fucking Forspoken, but that game seems like it just doesn't, it's just not up to par. Now, you know, bearing in mind, the PlayStation 5 probably ignores like all of the performance issues that maybe the PC has. But with that being said, still the story is not that interesting, and I already have a bad taste in my mouth about this game, especially since it's $70. And you know, with that being said, I just don't think it's worth it, and I just have to not get the game. I'll play something like Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. You know, that actually is a game, or it's just Dragon Ball Kakarot. You know, that's an open world game, and it's a Dragon Ball game, and I love fucking Dragon Ball, so I might as well just get that. So with that being said, you know, I'm not buying Forspoken. Forspoken was just so disappointing now that I think about it. Just the whole optimization, the price, the size, just ew. I'm not gonna buy into the whole new era of video games where shit is just like this and now people just are gonna accept it. No, I'm not gonna buy a game if I just don't think it's up to my personal standard. Well, with that being said, I just wanted to make this video just talking about Forspoken because I just thought it was significant enough in my mind. More videos coming soon. I've been busy, but more videos coming soon. I thank you guys for watching. If you guys like my video, like this video. And if you guys want to follow me on all my social media links, will be in the link in the description down below. But with that being said, guys, thank y'all for watching. Have a good night, everyone watching this. And as always, hasta.